Hi, my name's Aaron Curry, and today I'm going to be showing you the 5 questions that will uncover what's more important to the seller of a house than price. So you don't need to compete on price because you know what's more important to them. I'm going to teach you those 5 questions. Today's video is the last in a 4-part series revealing the proven high-performing property sourcing strategies that my team use month in, month out to uncover £100 million worth of discounted deals every single month. And in this video series as a total, I'll show you how you can use the most powerful sourcing strategies to uncover 5 discount deals a month that you will be interested in buying with only 1 hour a week of your time. As you'll discover, many of these proven high-performing property sourcing strategies are free to start using. So you don't need much time. You don't need any money. And you can start buying discounted deals right now at the most profitable time in over a decade, while other investors wait for the news of the housing market crash. Now, before we go any further, I just want to explain to you why the video quality is not quite what I'd like it to be. As you know, we're in the middle of lockdown and we can't have people in our houses, so I can't work with a videographer. So it's just me, my laptop and a webcam. So if you want to know the proven high-performing property sourcing strategies that are free to use, so you can buy discount deals at the most profitable time in over a decade, while other investors wait for the news of the housing market crash. And if the information is more important to you than the video quality, then you're going to love this 4-part video series. Now, in the first video in the series, the link is somewhere around here, the first video in the series, I taught you through what's happening in the market. I taught you through the fact that the newspapers are telling you that the market's booming, or they were in October, for example. But I show you what's happening with off-market deals. Off-market deals that you get that aren't in the estate agent's windows. And I explained why off-market deals, the market moves before the actual market moves. And I also explained that the data being used in the newspapers is data that might be anything from 2 to 4 months old. If they were using the nationwide house price index or Halifax house price index, that data is 8 weeks old. If it's land registry data, it's 4 months old. So it looks like it's rising in October, but it's actually data from June. The truth is that you won't find discounted deals right now through estate agents. They will tell you what they've read in the newspaper, that house prices are booming. Of course they're going to say that. And you will find, the truth is you will find discounted deals with the off-market sourcing secrets that you'll learn in this video series. The first video shows you 2 sourcing strategies that my team use to get the majority of the 60 properties that we've bought at discount and agreed at discount already in November. So if you haven't seen video 1, you need to stop this video right now. Definitely come back to it, but stop this video right now and go find the link and go watch video number 1 from the series. In the second video in this series, I showed you how to dig up houses that put 4 times more money in your pocket because they profit from cash flow and 2 other ways. And I showed you the side benefit of buying these houses is they're much easier to manage. So if you'd like your property journey to be much more profitable with less hassle, which I assume you would, you'll love the second video. So if you haven't already seen that, again, pause, stop, go watch video number 2. And in the third video in the series, I showed you the 2 most powerful ways to find most motivated sellers the fastest. The only people that will sell their house for less than it's worth. And I showed you how to set up technology so you just get automated updates of people that may be willing to sell their house to you for cheap. So if you have not watched video 3, again, pause this video, go watch video 3. The link is somewhere around this video right now. So in today's video, providing you watch the other 3, in today's video, I'm going to show you the 5 questions that uncover what's more important to the seller than the price. You see, the truth about buying property at discount is that you're really helping people to solve a problem in their life. Somebody doesn't sell a house for discount unless they're looking for 2 things: speed or certainty or both. Otherwise, you don't need to sell it for discount. If you can help them solve that problem better than anyone else, then they will sell their house to you. Even if someone offers them a higher price for their house, they will still sell the house to you. Why? Because you're helping them solve a bigger problem that they have that is not price. And you'll never know what the bigger problem is unless you ask them. The 5 questions I'm going to show you in a moment, relatively simple questions, uncover the problem the seller needs help solving. But first, what I'd like to do is to prove to you that when you know the seller's real problem and you can help them solve that problem far better than anyone else, that they'll sell their house to you even if they receive a higher price. And I'm going to use an example from the last couple of months. This is a discount deal, another discount deal that I agreed in the last couple of months for me personally to buy, to build in my portfolio. So at a time when the market was supposedly booming and the papers were saying the market was booming, this is a discount deal that I bought. And there's a reason I was able to get this amazing deal even though somebody else was offering more. In fact, 2 other people were offering more. Here's why. So the property I want to tell you about is a property called Sale Lodge in Scarborough. Okay, this is a holiday let property that's up for sale in Scarborough, or it was up for sale. And this holiday let property had been up for sale. It came on the market on the Thursday or the Friday, and I made contact with the agent on the Friday. Guess why? I've got triggers in place that I teach in video 3. So my triggers come in, it tells me there's a property available I may well be interested in. So I make contact with the vendors and I arrange to, or try to arrange to go and view this property, Sale Lodge. Okay. Now, as it happens, there's loads of demand. As it turns out, once I get speaking to the vendor, I find out their story. I unpeel the layers to find out what's happened. And basically, they'd sold this property a year ago, almost a year ago, 10 months ago, to another vendor. And they'd sold it for more money than they're now asking. And that vendor had taken 3, 4, 5 months to even get started with a mortgage application. They dilly-dallied, they messed around. And then once they got started, it'd taken another 3, 4, 5 months to even get to getting a mortgage offer. And then once the mortgage offer was received, about another few weeks, and they were virtually ready to complete, and COVID had hit, and the lender decided to pull the mortgage offer in this situation because they didn't want to lend anymore. Now, there's plenty of lenders lending these days, by the way. So they pulled the mortgage offer. So what was the outcome? The outcome was the vendor had thought they'd sold this property for the last 10 or 11 months. And all of a sudden, it's taken from them. Now, if you thought you've sold the property, how many times have they sat and decided what to do with the money that they're going to get from this deal? Wherever that money's going, it's another dream they're pursuing, isn't it? However simple or complicated the dream is, it's another dream they're pursuing. How many times, how many months has that dream been put on hold? How many times has it been delayed? How many times has it been gotten in the way of? When you dig deep on that emotionally, that's a bit of a roller coaster they've been through. In fact, it's a lot of a roller coaster they've been through. Okay? And by the way, I'm sharing this holiday let story so you understand. I'm not a one-trick pony. I don't just buy buy-to-lets. I don't just buy holiday lets or service accommodation or HMOs. This strategy works for all of those. All of those. This series of videos works for all those different strategies. Also works for rent-to-rent deals, rent-to-service accommodation, rent-to-HMO, rent-to-holiday. It works for all of those as well. So I get speaking to the vendor and I find out what the vendor's pains are. Now, remember, I asked you to write this down before. There are 2 things that a vendor is looking for if they are willing to sell at discount. They're either looking for speed or certainty or both. So I understand here they've been damaged. They've spent 10 months waiting to sell this property. Now, they're not desperate for the money. They're not desperate for the money, but they're desperate for speed. They want closure. They don't want to have to be managing this property any longer. Most importantly, they want to get on with the next steps in their life. Speed is important to them and certainty is important to them. Now, the vendor's also quite a wise owl. They're a business person, business background. They've got a number of properties. They want a good price. They want a good price. So they've listed the property at offers over, in this example, offers over 260. So the property is listed at offers over 260, and that's what they want to sell for. And they're really set on that because the previous offer was higher. So that's in their heads. So I put in an offer. Now, I can't cover offer letters right now in this video, but my offer letter is split between a cash offer, which is really low, and then a higher offer, which is still not there 260, but a higher offer with a mortgage. Okay, so it's split between the two. Why am I positioning two offers in one? Because if I put the cash offer really low, the other offer looks good compared to it. If they've just got their 260 in their head that they want, and I put a lower offer in, my offer is always going to look bad compared to the 260. But if I say, look, I can do it for cash and I'll buy it for this, I didn't want to buy it for cash, and I knew they wouldn't want to take an offer that low. I can do it for cash, I'll buy it for this, or I can give you this and I'll get it done. And this is still lower than 260, but they've got something else to position it against, to understand it against. Now, when I call to put in my offer, the estate agent says to me, I taught you this in the previous video, I call to put my offer, the receptionist answers, I say, can I speak to the person that's going to put the offer forward? And the estate agent lady says, no, I'm really sorry, they're not available. I said, well, I need to speak to them. I'd like to put an offer in. They said, well, why don't you give the offer to me? I'll forward it on. But I teach you, go back to video 3 if you don't remember, I teach you must speak to the person that's going to speak directly to them. So I said, no, I'm not going to put an offer in right now. Can you get them to call me back later, or I'll call them? An hour passes, 2 hours pass. I call back. They're still not back in the office. By the way, we've had another offer on that property. So the temptation is for panic to set in and for me to go, oh, okay, receptionist, here's my offer. No, okay, I'll wait. I need to speak to them. You could put the offer in. No, I need to speak to them. So I wait again. Eventually, we get about 5 hours in, they call me back. They said, by the way, we've had 2 offers. I said, that's absolutely fine. I said, can I talk you through my offer and what I'd like to offer? And I use my offer script that I have that explains the offer, and I use the written script. I then say, I'm going to email you across the offer in writing, if that's okay, and please would you send that on to the vendors as part of making the offer? Can you make sure they see what I'm going to put in writing? And they're like, yeah, we can definitely do that. So I then make my offer, and she said, well, I get you want to offer that, but that isn't as much as other people have offered. Other people have offered the 260 already this morning. That's already been offered. I'm like, no, this is what I want to offer. I said, what's really important, they understand. I know they can get a better offer, but I will give them speed and I will give them certainty. If they want this deal done, I will commit to them that I will exchange contracts within 30 days. 30 days from now, I'll exchange contracts. Now, the completion can't be for 4 months. This is a holiday let and there's COVID going on. I don't want to own that property too quickly. So I can't complete for 4 months, but they'll know it's done. 30 days from now, contracts will be exchanged, it'll be locked in, it will be a done deal. Now, I'm not necessarily saying you should offer with a 30-day exchange promise, by the way, because you need to be able to deliver on the completion. And I know I can. You're maybe less experienced, you might not know for definite you can. So I'm not necessarily saying that should be a tip, but that was the way in this instance that I provided that certainty to them. That just spoke to the certainty issue. And speed, 30 days, locked and loaded, 30 days, spoke to the speed. So I said, can you make sure the offer's positioned in that way? Can you explain that I get, and I don't want to offend them. If they want to take the 260 and risk another 10 months, that's fine, and I get why they might want to do that. I don't want to offend them, but if they accept this offer, I'm in, it's done, they know it's done. Now, that offer gets put forward. And guess what? The vendor contacts me directly because we'd exchange phone numbers. I want to get direct if I can. The contact, they say, look, can you get up to this other number? I've got this other number coming. And I go back, I say the same thing. I'm like, listen, you need speed, you need certainty. I can't get to that number, but I can guarantee you I will deliver with speed. I will deliver with certainty. In 30 days from now, you'll be able to chill. It'll be a done deal. Be a done deal. Now, what's important after that is to deliver on your promises. Because if you're not congruent and then you don't move quickly, it'll soon fall back out of bed and you'll soon get a very bad name. But they come back, they think about it, and they accept the offer. By the way, in with my offer, I expected them to leave all the kit in there. £25,000 worth of furnishings, hot tubs, beds, sleeps 20, in fact, beds, bedding, the works. I asked for everything. And they put it all in the deal because they get speed and certainty. Even though they've been offered the full asking price that they'd asked from somebody else, 2 other people, in fact, by the time the day was over, they sold to me because I'd listened to what they needed and I delivered it. So now you know the importance of finding out the seller's problems and how you can help them. Let me show you, because it didn't only help me get that extra discount, it helped me get a deal that otherwise I wouldn't have got. somebody else would have got that deal and I'd have been out looking again, looking for another property again. So it got me a deal and it got me the discount. It's so important. So let's look at the 5 questions. You're going to be surprised how simple these are that uncover what's more important to the seller of a house than price. The first question is, why do you want to sell your house? Why are you looking to move? Why are you looking to sell your house? Any of these questions, by the way, you just need to fall in love and be interested, and you can ask extension questions. I'll come back to that in a minute. Question 2, when would you like to move? When would you like to move is a simple question. When would you like to move? Tomorrow? Next week? People say, I'd like to move as quickly as possible. Clarify. Well, what do you mean by that? Do you want to move tomorrow? Do you want to move in 6 weeks? In 3 months? I've had people say as quickly as possible and then say, yeah, in about 6 months. I'm like, that's 6 months. Okay. What happens if you can't move by that day? Get some pain in there. Oh gosh, if I can't move by that day, it'd be a bit of a nightmare because I want to do this. Or if I can't move by that day, to be honest, it's not a problem. I'm in no rush. So you get to understand that situation. How long do you think it would take you to sell it through the estate agent? This is if you haven't got the deal through the estate agent. How long do you think it's going to take you? And question 5, is speed or certainty most important? Now, what I'm doing here, they're probably both important to them, but I'm digging for certainty issues. I want them to go, do you know what? It was that question that flushed out 10 months. We've been waiting 10 months. Certainty is really important. We just need to know it's done because we want to get on to our next thing. Suddenly it's all spilling out. So I know they'll both be important. By asking the question in that way, is speed or certainty more important? It allows them to spill their guts on both. You're setting this up for later on. Now that you know these 5 questions that uncover what's more important to the seller than price, you need to know how to ask these questions in a conversational way. You can't just go in and have your clipboard and ask those 5 questions, write down the answers, okay? After all, you don't want the seller to feel like you're interviewing them or interrogating them. You just want to have a friendly chat so you can find the best way to solve their problems. Here's how I slip the questions into a conversation. I fall in love with the vendor. Now, what do I mean by that? When you love somebody, what will you do for them? Anything. You'll do more for them than you'll do for yourself. That's my definition of love. I'll do more for them than I'll do for myself. So what the heck am I on about? Aaron, you're getting a bit airy-fairy in here. Fall in love with the vendors? I want you to imagine back to when the person you're with now, the spouse or partner in your life, or if you're not with anybody, imagine back to when you once were. When you go on those first couple of dates with them, you're just fascinated by them, aren't you? Absolutely fascinated. They can be telling you about these shoes that they've bought, gentlemen, these shoes that they've bought, or even the guys telling you about some shoes they've bought, ladies. And they just talk for hours and hours and hours, and you're fascinated. You love hearing about the shoes. You're 15 years married now, and you never want to hear about the shoes, and they've got too many, and why do they buy them? Okay. If you treat them at the end of the relationship like the beginning, there'll never be an end. Go back to the beginning. Be fascinated. Be intrigued by them. Find out all about them. It's the same when you're viewing a house with a vendor or you get to speak to a vendor. Why is it you want to move? Just be fascinated by them. What you're doing, what? When you move, what's the plan? Where are you going to move next? You're going to do that? That's going to be amazing. Wow, okay. And are you wanting to do that as soon as possible? Is it really urgent, or are you not that bothered about it? God, and what happens if you won't be able to move by February? Is that going to be a problem for you, or will they wait? Will the next venture wait for you to? You definitely need to move by February. Oh, okay. And what's more important to you? Is it speed or certainty? You know, you're saying by February, but is it more important to just know it's done so you can have certainty and get on with your life and know it's a done deal? Or is it more important to get it done quickly, to just have it done and through? What's more important to you? And you dig around that and you just ask some clarifying questions, but you listen to the answers. It's not a case of ask my 5 questions, tick, I've done my job. It's not about doing the task, is it? It's not about doing the task. It's about falling in love with them, caring about them enough to get these questions answered. And by the way, if they don't need speed and they don't need certainty and there's no rush on time, they're not going to accept your discounted offer. So if you're buying a property then for a cash flow strategy like holiday let can be, I'll happily sometimes buy a holiday let without discount because I get so many other things within it. You might still go ahead. But if it's a strategy that you're doing where you need discount as well, you just walk away because you fall in love. You're not the right solution for them. So don't try and put a square pin into a round hole. Tell them you're not the right solution and wish them all the best. Equally, if you're looking for a 15% discount and they're only willing to offer 5%, and that's what's come out, and then you dig deeper, you go, oh, okay, so you need to get that figure for what reason? Well, I've got a mortgage of that much and I need to pay it off. I don't have any other money. Oh, so you definitely need to sell for 110 then? Yeah, I definitely need to sell for 110. It's up at 115, let's say, because otherwise I can't pay the mortgage off. Right, okay. Well, let me give you some help and advice on how to do that to maximize your sale, but I'm not the right buyer because I'm only willing to spend 95, so I'm not the right buyer for you. If life changes, you can come back to me, but let me help you in the meantime. When you fall in love with someone, that's how you treat them. And you can treat them ethically. There's enough money and property to ethically win the properties where it's genuinely a win for them and it's a win for you. And when it's not a win for both parties, you help them and they can get on with their lives. So fall in love with the vendor and just have that conversation with them. Be fascinated by them, be interested by them. If they're doing the viewing with you, just start from the beginning as you arrive. Just start having these chats. Don't sit and ask all the questions. But you can just slip them in as you're walking around. But if you're fascinated and falling in love with them anyway, you're going to find that these questions flush out. And they'll flush out a lot more. You'll learn what the challenges are, what the problems are, and you can help them. Now, we've come a long way together in this 4-part video series. I've never shared so much content for free as part of a 4-part series. But I want to help as much as I possibly can. You now know the 2 most powerful property sourcing strategies that my team used to buy those 60 discounted deals already in November. You now know how to dig up houses that put 4 times more money in your pocket because they profit from cash flow and 2 other ways. You now know 2 proven, high-performing sourcing secrets to find motivated sellers, the only people that will sell their house for less than it's worth. And you know the 5 questions to uncover what's more important to the seller than price. So you can solve their problems. What a gift for them, better than anyone else. So they'll sell their house to you even if they receive a higher offer from somewhere else for their house. Now, the last thing you need to know is how to position your offer so the buyer will accept it even if they get a higher offer. This hard-won secret will double the number of offers that are accepted. Now, just let me clarify what I mean, because someone else said this to me the other day. I was like, you're not going to get 50% of your offers accepted. That's not what I'm saying. It will double the number you get accepted. In fact, if you do this right, let's say you're making 5 to 10 offers a week, and let's say that 1 in 10 of your offers are accepted, as long as the seller doesn't receive a higher offer, okay? We're going to get 50% offers more accepted. So it means instead of getting 10% of your offers accepted, you get 15% of your offers accepted. That's a pretty valuable skill to have, isn't it? To massively increase, to get an extra 50% of your offers in. And you'll never get gazumped because the seller knows you can solve their problems better than anyone else. I'm going to give you that script and email template to make those offers when you join me on a live webinar this Wednesday night. What's the webinar called? My team uncover £100 million worth of discounted deals every month with 13 strategies. I'll show you how to use the 3 most powerful so you can dig up 5+ discounted deals a month with only 1 hour a week of your time. Is that something you'd like? I'll put it up on the screen. My team uncover £100 million worth of discounted deals every month with 13 strategies. I'll show you how to use the 3 most powerful so you can dig up 5 discounted deals a month with only 1 hour a week of your time. And if that's not powerful enough, you're also going to get that email script and email template and telephone script so you get your offers accepted 50% more of the time than you are doing now. Here's just a taste of what I'm going to share with you on Wednesday's live webinar. The 3 most powerful ways to uncover off-market discount deals at the most profitable time in over a decade, while other investors wait for news of the housing market crash. How to dig up houses that put 4 times more money in your pocket because they profit from cash flow plus 2 other ways. And how to never get gazumped. The 5-sentence script that makes vendors sell to you even if they get a higher offer. To join me live on Wednesday's webinar, click the link that's down the page below the video. Have a look down below the video. There'll be a link down there. Go click that link. And I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday night and completing this piece of training with you and moving you to the next level. to moving to the next level so you're ready to take more action and move forward and learn even more about property sourcing and how you can source outstanding deals. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video and the other videos in this series. I look forward to sharing more hard-won, proven property sourcing secrets with you on Wednesday's live webinar, so you too can dig up off-market discounted deals. I can show you more secrets to dig up discounted deals while other investors wait to hear about the housing market crash that you already know about. Until then, look after yourself and the people you love. Invest with knowledge, invest with confidence, create financial freedom. Go find that link right now. Join me Wednesday night. I look forward to working with you. I'll see you very soon. Thank you.